national champion for this age group. That's because Cheryl Ezell and Julie Brandt have each won one of the previous races and are tied with 50 points. There is Ezell. She took first in the 1,000. Well, she was beaten out by Julie Brandt in the 500. So whoever places better in this 1,500 meters will win the national championship. Mindy Smith and Kimberly Darnell are tied right now for third. There is Julie Brandt from Roseville, Michigan. Ezell out of Spring, Texas. And Rick Porter, how important is the start now in these longer races? This is a 15-lap race.
The start isn't quite as critical here. They're going to spend a lot of time in the early part of the race just getting established with a pace, trying to get a rhythm. What they're going to try to do is keep the first part slow. Nobody's going to want to spend everything they have in the early part of the race. As the race winds down, they're going to jockey for position. They're going to try to be in the best possible position to do their best sprint at the end.
Ezell, Smith, and Brandt, 1, 2, 3 right now in the early stages. And now, in fact, Mindy Smith from Greensboro, North Carolina, trading the lead right now with Ezell.
I don't think either one of these ladies will want to get caught up in the back of the pack and give the other skater an opportunity for a breakaway. So they'll probably both stay near the front without really pressing the pace too hard.
There you go, there you go. And it looks like at times, Rick, they're almost conceding the lead. They don't want to be out in front. Is that a strategy in a longer race like this?
In some cases it is. Whoever's leading the pack is usually pulling most of the weight. It's a little easier to follow skaters. There's an opportunity to draft, much like auto racing, and you save a little bit of energy if you're not out in front.
Brandt, Smith, and Ezell, 1, 2, and 3 as they continue to trade places. 7 laps to go in this 1,500-meter final. Cheryl Ezell and Julie Brandt tied for first place coming in.
Now change positions again.
Once again, it's an accumulation of points over 3 different races, the 500, the 1,000, and the 1,500 meters that determine the national champion for these sophomore ladies.
Pace is starting to pick up a little bit.
Brandt, Smith, and Ezell right now, 1, 2, 3. Also trying to muscle up in there is Kimberly Darnell, and she has been sent off. Darnell disqualified. Coming up now on a couple of laps to go.
Brandt's going to take off now. She's going to try to hold on with the sprint.
Brandt, Ezell, and Smith right now, 1, 2, and 3. Coming around, they will hear the bell. 1 lap to go to determine the national championship.
Texas, North Carolina.
Julie Brandt will take the checkered flag.
North Carolina.
Followed by Cheryl Ezell and Mindy Smith.
Unofficially, another new national indoor record.
I was kind of surprised to see Cheryl not make a bid for it, because with the point situation the way it was, she really couldn't lose second place even if she would have gotten disqualified in that race. I was a little surprised that she didn't make a bid for first place and take that risk.
The national championship for the sophomore ladies goes to Julie Brandt from Roseville, Michigan, followed by Cheryl Ezell and Mindy Smith. 1, 2, 3 in the U.S. in sophomore ladies competition. The sophomore men's 1,500 meters will determine the national championship as well. Freddie Young and Curtis Belt both have first place finishes, but there you see Young. He's got the points lead right now with 40 to Belt's 30. Gerald Kendall on the outside with 20 points and Craig Rodriguez with 10, so there are several gentlemen in competition for the national championship. And out early is Curtis Belt. jockeying for some position up front along with Freddie Young and also Joseph Flesher.
Is New Jersey the lead?
1,500 meters is 15 laps. So speed not yet at a premium.
It looks like Rodriguez is trying to press the pace a little bit, which kind of plays right into Freddie Young and Curtis's Belt's favor, because they can sit right there in that draft and relax.
Scramble at the front of the pack. Craig Rodriguez up front, followed by Young and Belt. Under 10 laps to go now.
Is New Jersey, Nevada 1-2.
Young makes a move into second position. Out in front now, trying to extend that lead.
Nevada, 1, 2, 3. Washington number 4.
Coming up on 5 laps to go. Young sits in second place, followed by Belt. Craig Rodriguez leading the way. Now also moving up is Gerald Kendall.
Gerald Kendall's also in the points running. Getting jammed up in the pack a little bit. Young broke out of it.
Young followed by Kendall and Rodriguez. Belt has faded. 2 laps to go. Freddie Young trying to close in on a national championship. Being chased right now by Gerald Kendall, the bell lap.
Kendall made a foolish error.
And it will be Freddie Young taking the checkered flag, followed by Craig Rodriguez. And then in third place, Sean Pattison. But Freddie Young wins the 1,500 meters and in doing so, wraps up the national title.
I think Kendall knew that he took himself out of second place the minute that happened. He tried to make a pass, ended up with a disqualification, moved him right out of the second place in the overall.
Freddie Young from Las Vegas taking the checkered flag in the sophomore men's 1,500 meters, and he will take home the national championship.